Hello there, ladies and or gentlemen. It is time for the next game of the day. This is going to be Burly Men versus, I'm going to attempt to pronounce this, Neilm.
Yeah,
Neilm
is, I prefer calling them Neilm because it's better.
Neilm. Alright, yeah. Neilm it is.
Yes, Neilm. They're going to be on the left side, which will be your order team. Burly Men is going to be on the right-hand side, which is going to be your chaos team. If you do not know who these teams are, wait, sorry, cancel that. Burly Men is going to be on the... I don't like it.
Nice that the spectators being funky!
Yes!
So, to explain, it's Burly Men on the left side of the screen, Neilm on the right. We will correct that for you momentarily.
Yes.
But yes, I shall talk about the bans while you quickly make those corrections. So, first ban was Ket being banned out by Team Burly Men. Then Neilm responded with the hell, then the Geb. Surprising, that's the first time we've seen Geb banned out today.
No.
And
it's actually, no. Burly Men banned out Geb and hell.
Did I say something else?
You said that they banned out Socket.
God damn it! Okay, what is going on? Okay, so, let's correct this. Neilm banned out Hell and Geb. God damn, you're confusing me now. And Burly Men are the ones who banned out the Sun Wukong and the Socket.
No, Neilm banned out Sun Wukong and Socket.
Oh my. No, the
right.
Burly Men are on the... Oh, but you're an idiot,
Yeah,
right.
No, I'm not an idiot at all. The way this works is Burly Men are on the left-hand side in terms of our spectator, but you can't see that. To us, they're on... To us, their team name is on the right-hand side, but they're on the left-hand side. However, they're picking in the Chaos side. It's really annoying, and it confuses the heck out of anyone watching this. But basically, Burly Men have actually banned out Hell and Geb as far as I know. But... Neilm, but no, Burly Men did ban him.
It's a long day. Long day.
Yes, it's a long day, and Spectator does not enjoy this, and I don't enjoy Spectator because of this reason. Anyway,
right.
Yeah, carry on. I am quickly going through the bans right now.
So, we do have that Burly Men have picked the Hunbat and the Zhong for their side, while Neilm have decided to pick up the Zeus, the Bellona, and the Khepri. So that's a lot of defense on the side of Neilm, excuse me, while Burly actually just picked up the Athena. I like the fact they're going with an Athena, considering the global presence is going to be nice, because any one of these current people could cause you a problem that you need CC to get rid of. You know, you've got the charge of Khepri, the hug bug attack, some people call it. Bellona, of course, just doing Bellona things. Everyone knows what Bellona does. She's just mean. And Zeus, of course, with his recent buffs, is very potent. So it will be good to respond to that threat. I imagine he's going to be going to the mid, although we have seen carry Zeus once or twice, if I'm not mistaken.
Sometimes you can... Sometimes people do carry Zeus, go ADC and play Zeus in there, but quite often he is played in the mid lane, as which the pick I will be putting on your screen very soon will prove.
Yeah, I like the fact we're seeing some slightly different picks. You know, it's the first time we've seen Khepri, first time we've seen Bellona, first time we've seen Athena. We're seeing a little bit more difference coming out. I'll admit, it was getting a little boring seeing Zhong, Batz every time. So, and we're going to be seeing, yay! We're going to be seeing Xbalanque and King Artia on the side of Burly Men, while Neilm are going to be opting to go with Mercury Cupid.
Okay. That's going to be quite an interesting...
On that. Yeah. Is this going to be the infamous thoughts of, oh hey, use the Khepri buff on Mercury to give him utmost power? Because there's a slight tweak with the Khepri ultimate you got to bear in mind when it comes to Mercury. Mercury gains more power on his movement speed. Khepri's ultimate, the Blessing, gives him increased power and increased movement speed. So it's a double power buff. And a lot of people have been theory crafting that Khepri Mercury duo lane, in theory, could absolutely roll over people, but no one's been able to make it work yet.
Yeah, and this won't be a duo lane with Mercury, and sadly, Grishank going into the jungle with it, as we know who the teams are. If you do not know who the players are, on the side of Burly Men, we have xLOUx, Repap, Junipera, BootyCallJones, and WordsQQ. If you don't know where their roles are, xLOUx goes ADC, Repap goes mid lane, Junipera is their support, BootyCallJones is their jungle, and WordsQQ is their solo laner. Meanwhile, on the side of Neilm, you probably know these names from a lot of previous tournaments. Khepri is being played by NeiruMah, who's their support role. Mercury is being played by Grishank, who is their jungle role. Jakomalfoy is their support role, JiminyGlick is their mid laner, and PandaCat is their ADC. So those are the two rosters, and you can work out roughly where everyone's going at that point in time. Now I've told you.
Hang on a second, I've just realised something. There's been an ever so slight possible chance for shenanigans on the side of Burly Men. So Burly Men have the tier, correct? So he's able to knock people up.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, we have Khepri, who has the charge. What's going to happen if Tier knocks someone up, Khepri goes for the charge? I've heard of a bug, not even a pun, I've heard of a bug where if you pull a Tier knocking up someone, the person who keeps getting pulled gets knocked back double the range. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that, because that potentially could affect
there is a little bit of a problem with that. Khepri and Tier aren't on the same team.
Yeah, Khepri pulls the Tier.
Okay.
Oh,
right, I think I know what you mean now. I think I know what you mean.
The person who's getting knocked up gets knocked back double the distance by Tier. That's a bug that I've heard about, so I want to see if that happens, because that would be hilarious. But either way, unless you've got any more thoughts on the comp, we should probably let the anti-ghosting timer count down.
Yeah, we will let that count down, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with this game, which is going to be Burly Men versus Neilm, and hopefully I'll get the sides right when we get into the game. See you in a bit.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the next game of the day. This is going to be Neilm versus the Burly Men. Neilm are going to be on the left side, Burly Men will be on the right. Let's talk about the players themselves. So, coming up from the south in the blue trunks, defending the Titan of Order. This gives us a little bit of time that we see the pause come out. I believe they had a DC. It was going to be NeiruMah, I believe the namesake of this team. As the Khepri support, we have Grishank on the jungle Mercury, jakomalfoy. Let's see if we can do some wizardry on the Bellona solo. We have JiminyGlick on the mid lane Zeus. And finally, PandaCat going to be backing up NeiruMah on the AD carry, hunter role, Cupid.
Yep, and then over on the side of Burly Men, we're going to see xLOUx playing Xbalanque on in the ADC role with the backup of Junipera sitting next to the Fat Man in the world still. Repap is going to be Zhong in the mid lane. Meanwhile, BootyCallJones is going to play Bat in the jungle. And WordsQQ is sitting in the solo lane already, playing on that King R tier, just looking probably, maybe wanting to do an invade here? Or maybe looking to make sure they aren't going to invade. They have actually already spotted him out. So we do see the unpause happen, and sort of everyone's getting ready to go. Not many wards from the side of Neilm, but there is one, and that's on the, it's actually in the mid lane, just above the mid-camp. So everyone's going to be doing standard starts, I think. Not really much difference coming out here.
Yeah, I doubt we're going to be seeing any kind of shenanigans, because there's two things to bear in mind. One, both of these teams have good enough level 1 invade to essentially act as a nuclear deterrent. Yeah. So, if, we see, the Zeus chain lightning now that it's been buffed, you've got the Cupid Heart Bomb, Mercury, and Bellona. At the same time, Burly Men, have the Zhong with the card, they've got Athena Shield Wall, and also Batz tier. So both of them really don't want to do anything because both of them have equally capable ways to take someone's camp than the other. Although we could see a little bit of shenanigans over here in the mid. No, look, they're not going to go back. They're going to go shit. Burly Men's mid is going to go share the back copies. Although Neilm is going to play Ring Around the Rosies with them and actually steal the back copies.
Yeah, I mean, this was a very good idea because they knew that actually the thing that they needs to do is defend the mid lane because otherwise they're going to lose that entire wave of minions. So the best thing to do is just go take the back camps. Although they are going to take quite a bit of damage coming back into lane. Grishank on about half health already is going to get hit by that monkey super smash. And now JiminyGlick also on about half health himself.
Yeah. That kind of early harass you really don't want on a Mercury. Yes, he's got the healing potion and the multi-potion. He's going to be able to regenerate his way back through it. But Mercury doesn't have any inbuilt sustain, so once those potions run out, unless he can kill camps quickly to get the healing off of the Bumba's Mask, it's going to be hard to go for ganks after clearing camps.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just actually want to see Golden Hand for Mercury. Yeah, he didn't actually buy that many pots. He only bought, I think it was one health pot and one multi-pot. And this is a very interesting thing. I think he's trying to get into boots as fast as possible, because actually there is something early on you can do as Mercury. If you didn't know, well, as we were talking, his passive is that he gets increased physical power with his movement speed. Theoretically, you can get more damage from going sprint level 1 and boots at the start, instead of going into a power pot. So that's quite an interesting thing. He's actually decided to play it a lot safer and just going into boot and a couple of pots so he can go into a later build of getting those warrior to buy up as soon as possible. On the right hand side we see WordsQQ taking quite a bit of damage. They're both on about half health though, and so they're not doing much. But the ultimate in mid lane, Repap is taking quite a bit of damage. Really nice Fear No Evil though, going to keep him alive a little bit longer to get his own ultimate off. And now Grishank's going to fall down with JiminyGlick falling soon after. A double kill for the side of the Burly Men in their favour. That's pretty big.
Yeah, and especially getting on the two people who benefit from quick items early. The Batz able to get the boots online. That'll work with his passive. But left side, though, beautiful Khepri ultimate to save PandaCat from a temporary broken neck. Because, you know, when he dies, he breaks his neck. But I like the fact that Neilm was that quick on the draw after going, okay, Mig got taken out, let's try and take the advantage. It didn't work out, but at least they tried.
I mean, they very nearly got it. Both of the side of the duo lane, the Burly Men, very nearly died. They were definitely on about 50 health combined. It was that sort of level of how low they were. So it's quite a good chance. They weren't able to make it complete, though, so that's very unfortunate for them. One thing we didn't talk about is Zeus is a very strong character early on. He does a lot of damage. But when he gets behind, he starts falling into this very difficult situation because, of course, he needs this big amount of damage to actually kill people. And if he falls behind, he then doesn't get this extreme level of damage compared to other people, especially someone like a Zhong who's so tanky early on. Like, he's effectively doing about 50 damage per lightning bolt to this Zhong. You need a lot more to be able to actually take him out.
Yeah. One thing you've got to remember, the damage, you know, Zeus versus Zhong matchup, even with the Aegis shield, it is a lot harder to confirm Zeus's damage than it is Zhong damage.
Yeah.
And because, you know, you can slow down the enemy with the card, and then you've got a helper that literally doubles the width of your auto attacks to the left-hand side. Yeah. You're able to then just start going pew, pew, pew on them and do good amount of damage. That's sometimes why you'll see Bluestone Zhong, because you can stack it up in over double the time. But looks like left side possible. I said Bluestone, didn't I?
Yes.
God damn it! The item is blue. Close enough.
Okay,
but,
yeah. I will give you that. But we did see maybe a rotation to the left-hand side, but actually they decided the best thing to do is sit in the middle and farm, because that's exactly what you should be doing against this sort of composition of Neilm. They have a very early game comp, and it just hasn't been able to work out. But over in the dual lane, we do see Grishank has come over. Junipera is very low, not going to find the Heart Bomb though, and NeiruMah is going to be the next kill for their side. Grishank and PandaCat are just looking to see what they want to do. The ultimate comes out from PandaCat, very nice stun as well. BootyCallJones is on very low health, going to be finished off, and PandaCat gets taken down by Repap in the background. JiminyGlick sitting in his own ultimate, but he's just used his entire kit. He only has his lightning bolt up in a couple of seconds, but that's a couple of seconds too late as he falls, and Repap gets the double kill.
3-0 on Zhong. Gold in hand, 13k for him. Gold per minute is huge. I can't find the bit that's net worth. He's worth 4,300 right now. He's going to be able to get those Shoes of Pen online guaranteed when he gets back, and at least level 1 on, I imagine he's going to go the Warlock Sash.
Yeah.
Most Zhongquis will go the Warlock Sash because it just synchronizes so well.
Yeah, he's just bought Uncommon Sash. I would be surprised if it doesn't go anywhere but the Warlock Sash because it gives him so much extra health. With his tankiness on top, it effectively means he's unkillable for the first couple of levels. Then, on top of that, you get sort of either a Hide of the Urchin, Spirit Probe, or going into Penetration itself, of which he could possibly do. He is that far ahead, but most likely going to go into more tankiness because he wants to try and make sure that this Zeus can't find the kills. If he can shut down the Zeus, that means that they don't have to worry about him too much, and that's exactly what you need to be doing.
Yeah. A Zeus that doesn't get that far ahead is an easier Zeus to deal with. You want to be aware of those mid-camp timings to help with that. We are seeing Burly Men are doing fairly well in terms of grabbing the mid-camps. And it looks like Neilm are going to try and grab this left side one and split it between 3 different people, although Grishank, I don't think... quickly remind me, I know there's sound depression in the jungle, but I don't think that the sonic boom can be heard too far away. You could potentially try and ambush them at mid-camps with a sonic boom.
Theoretically, but you should actually be able to hear it. More importantly, you can actually see the effect a lot further away than normal. So it's quite obvious when there's a Mercury charging in a straight line, because you're going to see it unless it's sort of... It has to be nearly lane-wide to not be able to see it being channeled. So, gotta be quite careful about doing it, but it was theoretically possible. I think it was more he was trying to make sure that they weren't coming in from a different angle to come around the back of them, as they don't have that great of an escape. Although Mercury does have a very nice sort of dash away.
Looks like the ultimates are going to be coming up. Apologies for actually interrupting you. NeiruMah is going to be forced to pop the ultimate, and it is going to be consumed. PandaCat, without any kind of free get out of the jail card, he's going to be forced to retreat. But the Zeus comes in with the assist using the Aegis Assault, and the rebound is going to find himself a dead Zhong. That's going to be a 1-for-0 trade, freeing up pressure on the left-hand side. I like the fact that the rotation was that quick to be able to pick up that bounce in exactly that place. That was the best thing they could have done to eliminate the carry in that situation.
Yeah, that was quite a nice kill onto the Xbalanque. Zhong, though, still sitting at 3-0-1. He's not backed off yet. If we have a quick look at Golden Hand, that's player damage, sorry. Golden Hand, he's sitting at about 1,000, so he's not going to be near enough to finish off this Warlock Sash just yet. I think that's another 800 gold or so he'll need to be able to finish that off, but he is going to be able to get level 2 of it. Not quite getting it fully built yet, though.
Now, Gold Fury, we've seen it heavily contested over the last few matches today. We're seeing a little less physical contention around it, a little bit more ward contention. Let's have a look at the wards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wards in that area that are currently up. There was more, but they just went down to sentries. But Neilm are definitely going to want to think about that fairly soon, because that's going to allow them to come back from the golden XP. The gold differential XP is actually in their favor, but gold is something they want to try and get back to. Yeah.
They want to try and get this gold into their favor. The XP, although it is in their favor, it's about 2,000. It's not a huge deal. That's about a... Oh, actually, Grishank going to be using the Sonic Boom in. Not going to find anyone, though. So, not quite sure I think it was sort of if he was able to hit Repap, he was going to go in. But as you were talking about, a lot of war contention around this Gold Fury. That is because Neilm can do it very early on. They've got the Zeus ultimate, Mercury can burst it down pretty quickly, Cupid also has a lot of very quick burst damage. They have a lot of ability to be able to do this, so Burly Men know this and they're being very careful about it. So it's quite a nice job for them. Whether Neilm are going to look for it, because they have been so obvious about the fact that they want to go for it. Well, Burly Men have been very obvious about defending it. They may not look for it, but as long as they have this XP lead, that's not too bad. I mean, they're sitting about a level above each other in different roles. In fact, over in the dual lane, you can see that PandaCat is sitting 2 levels above the Xbalanque right now. That's going to hurt, and actually the PandaCat is maybe in a bit of trouble soon.
Yep, in comes the Finno Evil, stopping the dash. He has 0 escape now. We're going to see BootyCall using the dash, sorry, not the dash, the teleport to get closer enough to allow the slow to connect an additional passive use on the auto attack. Combined with Junipera's taunt is going to be dropping him, and now with the carry out of the way for the next 20 seconds, if they want to think about any kind of... Oh, looks like in the mid lane, though. We'll talk about that in a second. WordsQQ is in a little bit of trouble. Not really too much, because Repap is coming over to assist. But JiminyGlick with a very nice rebound. Grishank was thinking about the Sonic Boom, but he decides not to. That's probably the safer bet, considering that Words does have the ultimate. Whether they are tracking that, you know, we don't know. That's on the players. But he would have been able to jump out if he got hit. There's not enough time at this level for Grishank, because he doesn't have any penetration, to be able to go for the 1-2 punch off of the spin effect, the Disorient, I believe the technical name, because he could potentially overshoot the Sonic Boom.
Yeah, I mean, it is very easy to shoot overshoot it, especially if you're trying to sort of save someone very quickly, or you just sort of have it channeled and you want to go in and you don't realize that you got it fully channeled when it wasn't quite. Plus, you've got to have good depth perception. We do actually see BootyCallJones again over on this left-hand side, looking for PandaCat. Not going to find the teleport, though, so he's just going to clear the wave. His ultimate's only just come up, but it would have been just enough to be able to scare off PandaCat. You can actually see he's got level 1 purification beads, because he is so worried about this gank, because BootyCallJones has been around here quite a lot looking for him. They want to try and shut down this Cupid and get him so far behind that Cupid effectively won't be a part of this game for that long.
Yeah. I want to just bring up something, though. The Cupid being behind does suck, but there's another point of contention that you need to bear in mind. Look at the items here. We're seeing a lot of beads coming out by Neilm, and that bead is going to roll.
Oh, actually, sorry about that, in the mid lane. No, they're just going to disengage after that. The Xbalanque ultimate made sure that they weren't going to do anything. Plus, also, it was a little too far away. If Repap really wanted... Well, Repap could have been hurt. But I think they did at least... Yeah, they blew his beads, so that was something for something. But maybe not that great. We'll see. This is the biggest problem with Mercury, actually. His ultimate, although it's great to sort of start fights, you have to be around your team to start a proper fight. And with, like, as much as he has the special delivery, he can't really do too much there. He only gets us some sort of distance. You need to be a lot closer to your team to be able to get the position and timing, which right now they don't really have.
But looks like over in the solo, there was an attempt at a blue buff steal, but they didn't find it. That Malfoy was able to grab it. WordsQQ is looking to try and get him out of the tower for some damage, because he has enough damage to potentially, not maybe kill, but force him out of the lane. But it looks like Jaco is going to have a stroke, apparently. Is going to be able to go back, which will allow Words to get that damage he's looking for. Nope, never mind, there's a teleport. That's going to allow him to get back nice and safely, but he may want to think about rotating soon, because the rest of his team is going to be looking for the Gold Fury.
Well, no, they're not looking for a Gold Fury. They're looking for a Gold Cupid. But now they're turning their focus on to Grishank and then back to PandaCat, who's going to be forced to use the level 3 beads he has. Still going to get hit by the Fear No Evil. Not close enough, though, as BootyCallJones to be able to capitalize off of that. PandaCat's just going to heal up, and now he's starting to look a little bit troubled. Nice monkey, but it's not going to be doing that much. Lou is going to get pulled in by the Hugbug. Junipera taking quite a bit of damage from Zeus. The 3 has already been used. Lou is on very little health, though.
Mercury is charging up the ultimate. He doesn't have the angle to get it just yet. He can try and go for Junipera, though, which he will. Gets the perfect positioning on it, and is going to pick up the kill for his team. That's going to be a 1-for-0 trade around the Gold Fury. Now, they could try and bait the fight and force Resap and BootyCallJones to come in, or they're just going to go straight for it. Repap is around the area. He could try and go for a steal, but he's not going to be quick enough. Unfortunately, Zhong is a bit slow with all that fat, but the re-engage by WordsQQ onto Grishank in combining with the Mystical Mail and then the Lawbringer ultimate. He's going right behind enemy lines, going into the tower no less, but Mercury, he's the fastest god alive for a reason. He gets out of there perfectly fine.
Oh, well. That's just the name of his passive. I still have seen him yet to prove it. We are going to see jakomalfoy chasing out WordsQQ, just to make sure that they still can't really fight. JiminyGlick also doing some nice zoning against BootyCallJones, who is on very low health.
Yeah, you want to... Oh, hang on, solo lane here, WordsQQ and jakomalfoy are having a little bit of a slap fight, really. It's not really going to turn into a big fight until mana is down for both people, because WordsQQ can just keep healing up in defensive starts, but jakomalfoy can just keep using the whip to heal up. But left side, though, NeiruMah is not going to find the pull. If he found the pull, that Junipera would have been in a big bit of trouble, but instead, Neilm are going to be setting their sights towards not the mid tower because reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah, they want to get it. They don't actually know about BootyCallJones here. BootyCallJones could have some very good positioning. We do see Grishank channeling the ultimate. Very nice taunt, though. BootyCallJones still hasn't come into this fight yet. He's waiting for everything to be used. Going to JiminyGlick, though. He's about to die. Nice Khepri ultimate. Actually going to keep JiminyGlick alive for a little bit longer. He's going to go into the tower to try and kill himself. But no, BootyCallJones does get the kill from the tower. So there's still a benefit to the side of Burly Men. Not enough, really, to make it matter. But they've got to be careful. PandaCat also being quite aggressive over here.
Yeah, he is going to try and get the tower. He wants the tower. You can see it. He's trying to just shove the wave. But he's not able to, because every time he gets close, either Junipera or XLOUx just shows up and ruins the party. So, yeah. Right now, PandaCat, all he can do is just farm up. Correcting something I said earlier, he is actually ahead of Low, not the other way around. So he's going to be able to...
I was about to talk about that. I'm quite surprised that PandaCat is 2 levels ahead of Lou. It's not I usually see, but I think it's...
Look at the minion kill graph. 158 minions to 140. That's 50 more CS in favor of him. He's just been able to sit there and farm, while XLOUx has just been rotating constantly bites.
Yeah, it is all about the fact that Xbalanque, he has to use a lot of mana to be able to clear, because his only real decent clear potential is either the Poison Dart or the Branching Bolas, which both use quite a large amount of mana to actually do, whereas PandaCat just has the Heart Bomb, which can actually take out a lot of minions very quickly. So he's been getting those last hits and those minion kills pretty obviously, and now Junipera is taking a lot of damage. Xbalanque ultimate forced over on the left hand side. Juni is going to get stunned out, was channeling the Athena dash, is going to be able to get there, and now the reinforcements of Burly Men have arrived, although they did at least blow the Xbalanque ultimate.
Yeah, getting rid of the Darkest Nights really helps in the
fight. Over on the solo lane though, Words.
Oh dear, the Words is actually fighting through this, uses the heal, but jakomalfoy says none of it. He just stabs him up the backside, and that's going to be a kill for him. Although Grishank does find out they don't have any wards, but he still gets away just in time, because they didn't know that the rotation was coming out. They didn't have any wards up on the map right now. The ward coverage is all Burly Men. Just look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wards. But he still managed to get out, although that begs the question, when's the next objective fight going to happen? Because Neilm, it's going to be a little harder for them to do baiting when the CCTV is all around the objectives.
Yeah, they've got to be quite careful about going for the gold tree. I think right now their big objective is this middle tier 1 tower. They're looking for it again. This time they could actually get it if they want to. PandaCat just trying to do as much damage as possible to this is going to be able to take it. And now that's a big deal because, as I said, the middle tier 1 tower is probably the most... gives up the most pressure. And now they've taken it out. I think they're actually looking for a bait over here. You're going to see Tyr blinking in, looking for damage. Not going to be able to find too much, though, but it's enough to make sure they know that they're here. Athena's going to taunt in JiminyGlick. JiminyGlick going to be using the ultimate down onto everything. And now WordsQQ going to look for a JiminyGlick. JiminyGlick is going to get Khepri ulted. Repap's going to be the first one to fall to jakomalfoy. Now Grishank, quite low on health, is going to be able to use the special delivery away. WordsQQ in the middle of all of Burly Men, but jakomalfoy going to find Junipera instead. And now BootyCallJones is going to be taking out JiminyGlick, running away. jakomalfoy not going to find it. I think he actually dashed into the wall accidentally there. BootyCallJones is going to blink away, and that should be a nice stitch engage. Neilm are still chasing him, though. I think they realize by now, hopefully, that they're not going to get him. Although, PandaCat is still
He's got to go
looking for
defend. No, he's got to go defend the minion, so PandaCat wants to try and get a heart bomb if he can. He got tagged with that. That might backfire if he turns around with the heart... No, he's not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. If he turned around with the heart bomb there, he didn't have a full stack of passive, but he might have been able to make something work.
Yeah, he could have done something, but I think it is more that he wanted to try and play it safe. Yeah, just not really going to be able to find too much, but Gold Fury is now back up, sitting at about 12,000 health if they want to go take it out. It could be quite an interesting one if they want to. And I imagine they're not going to look for it just yet. Probably looking for the tier 1 tower instead, because as much as the Gold Fury is interesting, you can actually see it has more health than the Fire Giant currently. It's not the best idea to go for as long as you know it's safe.
Yeah. Although, looks like Neilm are going to be challenging that theory by going for it with all members of Burly Men up and not that much ward coverage. That isn't the smartest idea because they are going to get called out, although nice Hugbug grab with the charge. The Junipera is very low here. He's going to get bursted down with the help of JiminyGlick. The Aegis Assault channels that lightning towards LOU, but in comes the blink. Cupid ult comes down and takes out LOU. Fighting on two sides of the wall here. Fear No Evil is going to be deployed by BootyCallJones. PandaCat gets ulted though. Right side off of your screen. Grishank picks up Repap, and that's going to be a 3-for-0 trade in favor of Neilm. JiminyGlick looks for the Aegis Assault bounce and doesn't get it. That's unfortunate. But now, with wards being placed left, right, and center, Neilm are going to once again look for the Gold Fury. I imagine they're going to get it. There's no way BootyCallJones is going to be able to get over the wall in time. Nope.
But he actually has to be careful because Grishank does have his ultimate. He's now been spotted, and he knows that dash is down. Athena actually going to channel the ultimate as well, just to make sure they're going to get the damage buff, at least get something out of it. But JiminyGlick is here, going to get a lot of damage onto BootyCallJones. BootyCallJones is very low, sitting on a barely any health. He's taking damage from the minions, but there's no one to stop him. And now Junipera is going to get caught out, pulled in with the Hugbug. NeiruMah doing a lot of damage to him. Junipera doesn't have the dash. He's just looking for the damage onto JiminyGlick. Is he going to be able to get out? He may be. Grishank finds Lou on the left-hand side, though, while they take out that tier 2 tower.
And it looks like Junipera is going to be able to get away with her life just... I doubt they're going to be able to get to her in time. They're going to want to go for the objective instead. The rest of Neilm are going around the flank, posturing up. Going to be grabbing this tower, I imagine, unless Words somehow managed to get a 5-man fearless blink attempt, which is going to be a little hard considering that they're all going to be spacing out now. JiminyGlick, though, I'm noticing he's being very aggressive with the Aegis Assault. It has worked out for him. Do you think that Aegis Assault should be used offensively for that kind of thing, or considering this match has been a lot of quick engagements, do you think he should maybe save it for defensive stuff like now, potentially?
Offensive is pretty good, because it does come out pretty quickly. We do actually see jakomalfoy forced to use the Eagle Rally over the wall there, to make sure he lives, as Burly Men all came up and they were looking for him. Are they going... No, they're just going to ward around the Fire Giant, trying to make sure that Neilm can't at least do it without them knowing. However, they can still contest it. This could easily be what Neilm wants to do next, as there's only one tower left alive on this right side, over here in the solar lane. That's the only one that they can do. So, either they look for a Phoenix, of which Lou is a little bit behind, so they could try and look for that left side Phoenix, or they can go into the middle Phoenix and pretty much do a 5v5 fight under Phoenix, which right now may not be the best idea that they want to go for.
Yeah, I mean, they have Khepri, but that doesn't make you invisible. I'm looking at you, everyone who complains in Ranked. But, yeah, there seems to be this perception that Khepri allows you to do ridiculous things, even at sort of a competitive level. A Khepri can make you feel foolhardy and a bit more time to go in. You want to rein that in, especially considering the nerfs that Khepri's going to be getting and already has received.
Yeah,
he's going to be getting more nerfs.
Yeah, actually, Grishank looking for the ultimate onto Repap. Not going to find it, though. Did get the special livery, though, forcing his beats. The Zhong ultimate's already been used, though. Nice Fearless from WordsQQ into PandaCat's ultimate. Junipera is already dead.
And with that, the Recall Demons is going to come out. Spooky, scary ghosts all over the place. Nice use of the stun. jakomalfoy cleaning up Repap after he deploys it. That's going to be the teardown, but not before JiminyGlick picks up BootyCallJones. That's going to be a 3-for-1 trade so far. Can they make it 4 as Words is forced to retreat on the back foot? And now Neilm have prime position to attempt the Fire Giant. Words does have the teleport towards, so he can get back in and try and do it. They're actually going to be pinging him out, I think. He may get this.
No, he's probably not going to get this, but he's going to do a lot of damage. JiminyGlick as well, just about falling. Neilm takes the Fire Giant, and they kill WordsQQ before he can get the kill onto JiminyGlick. Very nice job, and Lou just got there a little too late, unfortunately.
Ooh. I understand why Words did that. He wanted to separate them out and then hope that Lou gets there in time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe he should have just gone for, oh, I'm just gonna, charge in and power cleave, because he's tanky. He can take a decent bit of damage, even with the CC that was on the table by Neilm. He could have maybe stolen that. It was around the health threshold where that was a real possibility. But instead, he went for JiminyGlick. While there's a lot of CC on Burly Men, and it didn't work out, I imagine they were hoping that Lou would arrive a little sooner to actually take it off of PandaCat, who was the one who actually got the killing blow, or the majority of the killing blow, to the Fire Giant. And that sucks that that happens, but occasionally, as well as you can plan things, things happen.
Well, I mean, the biggest problem is Lou is very far behind. He is nearly 3,000 gold behind his counterpart, and although he has 3 assists, he doesn't have any of his passive stacked currently, because he has not found a kill. They've been doing a very good job of focusing the Xbalanque, keeping him into the backline. Meanwhile, Cupid has the Transcendence, he has the Executioner, and more importantly, he has a full he has a full rage, which means he's doing a lot of damage, and it's consistent damage. Whereas Xbalanque only has the short sword. He still needs to get rage finished off, of which he does not have. He can't finish it off for another 500 gold or so. So he's got to be very careful about that. And if we actually have a quick look at the XP and gold difference, it's 14,000 in the lead of Neilm. They've been able to take out so many towers that this has actually been very difficult for the Burly Men. And just to hammer home how different of a game this is, Neilm is currently sitting in 8th seed when they came into this. So they are the lowest seed out of these top 8 teams.
I'm not surprised anymore. I was surprised in the first few weeks, but then we had an upset, and then another one, and then another one. Challenger Cup's theme this year seems to be ridiculous upsets from lower seeded teams. And at this point, Neilm is going to potentially take this home with a fight that's going to be initiated on by Mercury going in. He's going to look for LOU, but doesn't find it. Khepri, nice use to actually find him in the middle of that cluster of bodies, but WordsQQ with a nice fearless into the tower is going to send him to the afterlife. And now the fight is on. jakomalfoy, with the help of his team, picks up Repap. That's the revenge kill. That's a 1-for-1 trade. The siege is still going strong. NeiruMah wants his team to go, and he takes a couple of shots from the Phoenix and LOU. LOU's under-farmed level really doesn't help his cause in that fight. In comes WordsQQ again, doesn't find the fearless. NeiruMah tries to pull the Batz, but BootyCall is able to jump away with the help of the beads. They want this Phoenix so badly. They still have the bonus structure damage off the Fire Giant buff. They will find it, and maybe they'll go for the second one, but looks like they're pinging that, hey, we've gotten the best Phoenix for us to get right now. Let's just take our proverbial gains, or our literal gains in this case, and go.
They know that they were a little too low. They could have contested if they really wanted to, but the best thing is just let the Fire Giant naturally heal you up, as it gives you, I think, I want to say it's 2% health per second. It's something ridiculous like that. But it gives you a lot of HP 5, it gives you a lot of tankiness with that, and it also basically just rejuvenates your entire team. You could see that jakomalfoy was on about half health. He's now on full health. But the Fire Giant has just gone off of them. So the best thing to do now is actually get ready for the next Fire Giant fight. So that they can push and they can go win this game as soon as they take it out. Another 45 seconds until it falls. So they're all going to group up. All going to make sure that they have wards on them. You can see 3 sentries and 3 normal wards sitting in their inventory currently. They want to take this Fire Giant, and they can very much do so, as it is going to be almost free unless Burly Men want to try and contest this.
Yeah, Burly Men are going to have a lot of trouble with this, because primarily of one of the things that Neilm just did, they took the worst possible Phoenix for Burly Men's case, because they took the one that is on the other side of the map from the Fire Giant. That is the best thing to do, because the fire minions, if you don't control them, they will kill the Titan. Eventually, but they will. So someone has to be there to defend. In this case, LOU, he's able to farm up as well. But during this time, they can't go and challenge this Fire Giant, which has just gone down. He's going to turn to stone again. I feel bad for him. But Fire Giant takes a lot of beating, you know. Like, he needs to go on holiday one day.
But like, he just meets Medusa too much. I'm pretty sure those two have something going on between them, which is why he turns to stone so much. Anyway, we are going to see a fight over on this right side. Phoenix WordsQQ is going to get rooted from the Khepri. jakomalfoy currently fighting out in the backline though. Going to see the Fear No Evil use. Grishank is on very low health, already going to be taken down. And now suddenly he's going to be focused on JiminyGlick, very nearly dead as well. He's going to turn out onto Repap. WordsQQ falls down to PandaCat, and now Junipera is left alone in this tower pretty much, as BootyCallJones doesn't want to stay here much longer. Phoenix is now dead. They're looking for the middle one as well. PandaCat doing a nice job of zoning away xLOUx. And now the Titan is under attack. Lou is looking... Wow. Okay. Zeus. Wow. I forgot. Junipera actually dashing into the tower, dashing into the fountain. BootyCallJones gonna jump in, but it's not gonna be enough. Neilm takes out the Titan at 33 minutes. Have you been noticing we've been finishing 32, 33 minutes? Sorry, I just had to mention it.
Yeah, that's a bit... I mean, I understand why. We've been seeing fairly similar comps that can do fairly similar things, but it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it shows that all of these teams, like we've emphasized before, are extremely competitive. And in a round-robin format like this, that's only going to get challenged and shown off more, because teams are going to be able to strategize, and you'll be able to tell who's done their homework, because we'll start seeing some very sneaky bans. Like, for instance, never give Repap Zhong, or never give Zeus to JiminyGlick. Or just Zeus in general, because Zeus is
yeah, never give anyone Zeus. He's one of those very, very annoying gods to actually try and fight. And you could see that they put a lot of focus on him, and then they turned it over to PandaCat, who was starting to do a lot of damage to Lou. That meant immediately that JiminyGlick suddenly loses all the pressure, and jakomalfoy had been doing very good in the solo lane as well, so that means JiminyGlick can start doing well, get farm, and get very annoying. So yeah, that's very difficult for the Burly Men to deal with, because they had to try and spread out, and they just didn't have that ability to spread out, which is unfortunate for them.
Yeah. And one thing I just want to mention before we go that really sort of cemented the theme of that game, even when Burly Men were able to make a comeback potentially with a Gold Fury, Neilm was still ahead by 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
That says something.
Yeah.
So with that, unless you've got anything else to add that I've missed, we can hop over into the next game of the day.
We will be watching K-Sport versus Inverse Esports coming up next. However, we are actually going to go to a very, very quick break. So do not go anywhere. We are actually even going to be doing a giveaway during this quick break. So, it's going to be for the Tier 2 Anubis skin, which, let me just get it up very briefly on the screen for you. So it is going to be, not that skin, it's this one. So this is going to be the Afterlife Tier 2 Anubis skin. It looks fantastic, it's really good, but that will be appearing on your screen very shortly. In fact, let me get it up for you now, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Be right back, gonna go Rick the Bot.